So today we're going to be talking about different ADD medications and also just what ADD is in general. I'm going to be giving my experience on what I think what medications for ADD worked the best for me and kind of where I stand today on ADD medications and just experience with it. I love you all. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Let's jump right on into this. So first off, yes, I do have ADD. I was diagnosed with it when I was younger, and I got another adult diagnosis when, later in nursing school. And for me, I'll just say ADD, how it's impacted me throughout my whole life is the ability to start a task and finish that task solely. Meaning, I would start a task, then I'd have 100 other tasks I need to do, and I wouldn't end up getting that initial task done. And that's pretty common for people who have ADD. Now, I will say when I was younger, and not even just when I was younger, but one thing I will say about kids in ADD, there sometimes needs to be a fine line drawn in regards to, younger kids have more energy. They need to take their energy out more. And sometimes I feel like the diagnosis of ADD, which childhood ADD is a thing, but I think sometimes it's diagnosed way too much because those medications they put you on, now if it's Strattera, that's a non-stimulant. But if it's a stimulant, like a low dose of an Adderall, Vyvanse, that can have side effects after you're done taking it, or even while you take it. When it wears off, you can be more irritable. So with children, I honestly think, my own opinion, I think if you're 12 and older, if ADD is affecting your life or you're a parent and you can completely tell it's been debilitating, hard for them to get schoolwork done, hard for them to complete tasks, yes, I think it'd be deemed appropriate. But anyway, back to the medications. Now, as an adult, what I've seen a lot of times in the psych setting is being a psych RN, the common medications that are typically prescribed for somebody with ADD, and let me back up real quick. Typically in the inpatient psych setting, they're not going to give a diagnosis of ADD. If they come in with ADD, okay, and they're taking medication for it, all right. But they typically, in inpatient, it's somewhat uncommon to be diagnosed with ADD in an inpatient setting. I'm not saying it can't be done. It can be. I've seen it, but it's very, very unlikely. So, common medications prescribed are typically, if you're first diagnosed, sometimes they'll try Strattera, which is a non-stimulant, which it's supposed to increase your norepinephrine in your brain, and from there, supposed to help with concentration, with also the prefrontal cortex. But a lot of people who take it say it's not effective, and that's typically the first med they'll try them on if they don't put them right on a stimulant. So right after that, the ones that typically help right away are you take like a low dose Adderall, an Adderall ER, which is an extended release, it's a capsule, or they would do Ritalin, another stimulant, or Vyvanse. Vyvanse is kind of like Adderall ER. Once again, for purpose sake, it's different at a molecular level, but I will say that at the level of what it's doing for you, it works the same as Adderall ER, same thing. So when it comes to those meds, I'll just say this first. For me, I was first prescribed Ritalin, and it didn't do anything for me. It was like 5 to 10 milligrams. I didn't notice anything, no changes. And what I'm talking about, this part of it is later. This is later. This is starting back, as I said, in college. Didn't do anything. They didn't even try Strattera with me. The next one they tried was Adderall ER. Now, they did offer Vyvanse, but I'd had that a long time ago, and it didn't do anything for me. It just didn't. And because it's interesting, when I was in high school, I had no problems paying attention. It came in waves, or even after elementary school, I got really serious about school. It started again really in college. I tried Vyvanse. For me, I didn't like how it felt. They started me on like 40 milligrams, and when I took it, I felt like lasted too long, and then I feel really irritable on the come down of it. I didn't try that. That was when I was younger. The next thing I tried was Adderall, and Adderall worked really well for me. It is amphetamine salts. I take 2 10 milligrams a day, and it did the job because it didn't last the whole day. It was pretty, if I needed it, it kicks in pretty quickly, and it would help me focus, and that was that. And I have ADD to this day. To this day I do, and I can tell you this, to anyone out there suffering with ADD, there are options. You can get through it, because I understand how hard ADD is, especially adult ADD. And I will say that for me, the lower doses worked. And I'll be honest, there are actually a lot of times now, I have adult ADD, but I don't even take medication for it a lot of the time. I mean, that's just part of it. I don't feel the need to sometimes, because it's weird. Mine will come more so in waves. My attention, a lot of my attention patterns. So outside of that, that's a little bit about me with ADD. But what I will say as well is, if you are somebody out there suffering with ADD, once again, there are options. There are meds that work. There are a lot of people out there who, for example, who are in recovery as well, right? From alcohol addiction, drug addiction, and they've been clean for a while, and then they get prescribed a low dose of a medication for ADD that helps them. And a lot of times, some of the AA groups will get mad at them. That actually, personally, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't ever get into the AA thing in general, because I felt that, and no disrespect, AA and AA is awesome. It helps so many people out there, so many people. But for me, I felt like I would be lying to them if I was going there, and I didn't, and I was not telling them the full truth, meaning I'm taking a medication for ADD on occasion. That a lot of times is considered a slip up in that situation. But I don't want to go on a tangent on that. I just wanted to let you all know, kind of, for ADD, if anyone out there is wondering what the medications are. Also, just to give a little bit more insight on me, just in general. And just to let you know as well, I'm going to continue to do videos in regards to different drugs used in mental health, different types of psychoses. I'm going to do a drug mystery again. Not a drug mystery, kind of like I'm going to do a psych case, like a murder mystery, but have a psych part to it. Not a murder mystery, but just kind of like a psych case, and like a psych case in regards to mental health, and in regards to like somebody committing a murder and looking into their mental health background. I did like how I did on the last one, but outside of that, I just want you all to know I love you all. This video is kind of random, but I just wanted to give a little bit more insight on it, on me, in regards to my past with my ADD and where I am today with it. I'm doing great. I have my ups and downs, and check out my 365 days of running every day, the whole year, 3 miles. Love you all. Look out for more videos. They'll be coming out.